What is up, my beautiful boys and girls? This is the third part. So what if Naruto and Sasuke left together? Now, guys, if you want more of this, come on, guys, just hit just hit the like button one time, just one little bitty tap. So, guys, let's continue. Now, I left off on this the other night by saying that Naruto's level was around Tobirama's, but weaker. So, I'm actually going to change this to not stronger, because I think a lot of people didn't like it that I made him the same level as Tobirama. So I will say this. He's weaker than Tobirama, but he's stronger than the third. So that will give you kind of a visualization, I hope. Also, he is stronger than the fourth, but barely. And if you guys are like, what? How is he barely stronger than the fourth, but stronger than the third? Well, I think that the fourth was stronger than the third. But, guys, a lot of people probably hate me for saying that. But, guys, let's try to get to 30. I'll give you a shout out. Whoever is my 30th subscriber, put it in the comments. Give you a shout out, try to help out your channel. And I might do a 30th special subscription. So, but let's keep going, guys. So, Naruto and Sasuke started heading back to the village, walking, with Naruto clutching the arm that's gone. So basically, he's just clutching his side. Naruto then gets back to the village, falling on the ground. Sasuke looking over quickly to see Naruto fall. Karin is still in love with Sasuke more. So even though Sasuke just has small black spots on him, she immediately goes over Sasuke other than Naruto. Sasuke-kun, are you hurt? Please tell me you're okay. She then looks over at Naruto on the ground. And then she picks him up. Sasuke says, yes, I'm fine. Naruto is the one you should really be worrying about right now. Karin then patches up Naruto, but can do nothing for his arm. So, Naruto then says, dang it, if I had just gone all out, activated this stupid curse mark, I would have been able to defeat them both easily. My arm might not even be gone right now. Orochimaru then tells Naruto to come here. He then gives Naruto a black robotic arm. It's made out of a very hard metal. That's not even metal. They don't know what it is. But for the sake of this video, I'm just going to call it black amethyst. So, this material is something that even the Cherry Blossom Clash, I said Smash last time, guys, but I meant Clash. Guys, ignore the notifications. Even the Cherry Blossom Clash cannot break. Naruto then, this is at the time of Shippuden now. I think I already said this though in the last one when I was comparing him on the level. But Naruto's curse mark covers half of his body now. Meanwhile, Naruto has I'm gonna say 2 seals on his black amethyst arm. This actually, one of the seals keeps the black amethyst arm there, because they didn't actually attach it to Naruto, because Naruto, well, they kind of did, but at the same time, it wasn't stable enough, so they had to put a seal on it. The other seal allows Naruto to do fire style and water style with this arm, but he can only use 2 water style and 2 fire style with this arm. Sadly, so he has to choose which 2 he wants. So he's kind of OP in this. Sorry, guys. If he's too OP. I'm probably going to render it down a little bit and make him not too OP. But Naruto then walks up and says, Lord Orochimaru, I got those scrolls you wanted. Then the Sound Village alarm would go off. Seeing the Hokage herself and many others like Shikamaru and Kiba and Neji and Hinata and Kakashi, Guy, what's her name? The one that they did wrong in Balto. That's what I'm just gonna say. The one with the purple hair. I don't remember her name that much. But people like that are there. All sound ninja that works for Orochimaru started to get penetrated down. Sasuke then starts to fight off Kakashi and the Hokage, which are giving Sasuke a run for his money. Naruto then steps outside. He then says, "Water style, pulverizing wave." He does the hand signs with both of his arms, and then he puts out his black amethyst arm for water to spray in a whole wave, flooding the sound village, making everybody have to jump on top of house roofs. Naruto then says, "Sasuke, go ahead." Sasuke then says, "Second part of the combination style," which is their little this is their little combo attack. Sasuke then dives into the water with 2 lightning bolts on his hand. This does not affect Sasuke at all, though. Sasuke then starts to swim around, kind of like Kisame, but sometimes he has to go back up for air. But then he dives back in the water. Anybody unfortunate and too slow gets hit by Sasuke when he leaps out of the water. So I'm gonna say people like Guy, Lee, and I forgot who else I said was here. Oh, people like Guy, Lee, and Kiba got hit. Some people may argue Lee is too fast, but they catch people off guard with this, cause Lee tried to dodge this super quick, but then Naruto would use wind to push him in front of the way. Sasuke would then go back up and jump out of the water. It was too much for him to handle, even though he could breathe for a long time. Naruto still had the playing field to himself, and with the water being electricized, this was basically his round to win. He then leaps at Kakashi, kicking his side. Kakashi falls in the water to the depths of the grounds of the whole Sand Village. Because remember, it's just flooded. Not a whole water area. But it's just flooded. So he falls to the bottom, lightning shocking his body. Then passing out. Guy says, "Don't worry, Kakashi. I'm gonna save you." Guy jumps in like an idiot. Tsunade screaming, "Guy, don't do it!" But him already jumping. Guy then gets electrocuted a lot of times, and Naruto's surprised this idiot's not passed out. Guy then gets Kakashi on his back and jumps up. Guy then gets on his knees and says, he lets Kakashi off his back. Lee says, "Do not worry, Guy-sensei. We can take care of him." Lee takes off his weights, going super fast, hitting Naruto in his side. Naruto gets kicked into the water himself, but he uses wind to stop the static from hitting him. Because yes, this jutsu also does work on Naruto. The reason it does not work on Sasuke is because Sasuke has been shocked too many times from this jutsu, and he gets used to it. So Naruto makes a wind bubble around him, just swimming in the water. He then purposely makes Sasuke fall. Also, I forgot to say, Tsunade attacks Sasuke, and Sasuke's left eye has I'm gonna say 2 scratches on it from a kunai. Then Naruto purposely makes Sasuke fall into his wind bubble. He then starts carrying Sasuke, but he makes his wind bubble smaller, just in case they try to get in it and stop them. He swims away. He then calls up Orochimaru, saying, well, that wasn't expected. But then Kakashi and Sakura appear. He says, what? Is the whole Leaf Village here? Kakashi is still bad from the shock, but I'm gonna say it's been 2 hours ever since they escaped. Sasuke then takes on Kakashi. Meanwhile, Naruto is getting his revenge for his arm. He then grabs Sakura, hitting her in his chest, and hitting her in his chest, in her chest. Gosh dang it. He then kicks her to the ground. He then says, I probably won't even have to go all out against somebody like you. Sakura then does Cherry Blossom Clash, and the robles fly up. Naruto not knowing where she went, her appearing behind a rock. This is kind of like going from Hunter x Hunter. She then propels off the rock and says, Monster Strength! Her charging up her fist to hit Naruto in his face. Naruto then says in his head, if I get hit with that, I'm basically dead. Naruto dodges, catching Sakura's arm as well when he's out of the way. He then does a martial arts technique where he takes their arm and flips them around. Sakura then gets knocked out, and guys, ignore the flipping notifications. But then some of her spit comes up, like in movies and all that. She's just like, Naruto then says, what, did I knock the wind out of you? Sakura comes back to reality. Kakashi then hitting Naruto, giving a good kick to Naruto's head for Naruto to use his curse mark. Naruto falls on the ground, using his curse mark as well as the Kyuubi chakra. This doesn't mix well at all with Kurama. And Kurama in Naruto's head is very angry for him having to use this, because this hurts Kurama, and since it doesn't mix well. Naruto's Kyuubi chakra is now black mixed with the curse mark, and the curse marks are all over the Kyuubi chakra. It's also gray, so you can see the black lining curse mark. Also, Naruto's body is a dark gray, kind of like Sasuke's. He then says, making me go all out. Sasuke then jumps back out of the surrounding area. He then makes a run for it. And he says, I'm not messing with Naruto in that state right now. If I get out of the area, maybe I'll survive. However, those idiots are definitely dead. Sasuke starts to run, hopping from tree to tree. Naruto then knocks out Sakura with a clean scratch to her chin, sending her in the air and back down. Kakashi looks and sees that he's gonna have to go all out. Kakashi uses his strongest jutsu right now, but Naruto takes a hit from it and is actually phased. There's a giant hole in Naruto's left side. Then Kakashi uses Lightning Blade jutsu, which he knocks out Naruto with, saying, I'm sorry, Naruto. Also, I have to tell this, I'm sorry. Naruto then is interrogated in the leaf. Guys, I'm going to end it here, though. Guys, if you want more, hit that like button. Bye, guys.